Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I got my BoxyCharm in the mail the other day, and as you know I do have two boxes, one that I pay for and then my PR box. So I did film a video which I'll link up here with my full unboxing with that. But one of my boxes came and the Pretty Vulgar highlighter in it was shattered. I was really upset, but I did figure this would be a good opportunity to show you guys how I repress a shadow or anything really, but how to take this and make this usable again. So if you want to see how to repair your broken makeup, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week. And that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So once again, if you want to see me turn this back into a usable pressed highlighter, keep on watching. So in order to do this, the first thing you're going to need is, I do set down in front of me a little washcloth just so that I don't get broken highlighter bits everywhere. I have a little clear glass bowl. This one I got as a set from IKEA. You can use anything. And then I have a squirt bottle here filled with 70% alcohol, and I have a little bottle with 91%. The reason behind that is 70% is what you're going to want to use to sanitize, just because it does have a little bit of a longer dry time, so it sanitizes a little bit better. But the 91 is what we're going to use to physically repress the shadow. So what I'm going to do is, first thing, I'm going to open this carefully, and I'm going to dump all of the contents into the glass bowl. And I'm going to do this without trying to get it everywhere. So I'm going to actually take the end of a brush, and I'm going to scrape out any residual powder in the pan. I want this pan to be super smooth and to have everything in this glass. Once that is done, I'm actually going to take the washcloth and just give this a quick wipe down, just because everything is going to repress a little bit better if this is clean and ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the back of the brush, and I'm actually going to break apart all of these little chunks of highlighter. It doesn't have to be perfectly mixed together, but you do want to make it where all of the major chunks of highlighter are broken up. That way when you repress it, it's still going to be smooth and you're not going to have those little chunks of grossness. So once you have that broken up into a whole lot of powder, I'm going to take a little bit of the 70% alcohol, a little bit at a time, and I'm just going to add, a couple little drops right in there. And going back into the back of that brush, I'm going to stir the powder so that it becomes a little bit of a paste. And you can slowly add more and more of the alcohol as you see fit. Now this is the point you want to get to where the entire, pan is in a clumpy little clay log. And at this point we're going to add it back into our pan. Now once it is in here, I'm just going to use that brush just to kind of finesse and press it down a little bit into all of the little corners. And I'm going to kind of rolling pin style, just start to flatten it into the pan. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take any old tissue. Well, not an old one, that's gross. But I'm going to take a tissue and I'm going to fold it on itself a few times. And then I'm going to put it on top, and I'm going to just apply some pressure to press the pan into the pan. With that same tissue, I'm just going to clean up the ends of the pan. And the last thing I'm going to grab is a paper towel, just because, and I know this is a detail that's not really that important to most people, but those little finger grooves is not exactly pretty. So I'm going to take the diamond imprint pattern here, and I'm going to press that into the pan. I know it's not super important, however, there's nothing pretty about a repressed shadow. So I just find by taking this step and giving it that imprint, just makes it a little bit better and a little bit more this is what it's supposed to look like, as opposed to looking like something that's been repressed. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the 70% alcohol, and I'm just going to give it a quick spray and allow it to air dry on top. Now the reason we use the 70% to sanitize as opposed to the 91%, the higher the percentage of the alcohol, the faster it's going to dry. With bacteria, we want to have the most contact time So the 70% is going to be potent enough that it's going to kill the bacteria, but it's also going to dry slow enough that it kills off everything. The 90%, the 100%, the 99%, all of that will dry too fast, so it won't actually be able to kill the bacteria in time. But the reason we wanted to use that when we mixed it is that because it dries so fast, the pan doesn't stay wet as long. Now, I'm going to leave this to dry for a little bit, and I'll be right back and we can see how it's going to work. Okay, so my highlighting brush is empty and ready to be used. I'm going to amp up the glow on the face using the new freshly pressed shadow. I'm going to take my brush and just take a little bit of that highlight, and we're going to amp up the glow. And you see how pretty that is? I actually find that once you repress a shadow, it's going to perform just as well as it always did. You're going to get that same beautiful highlight. It's going to be the exact same beautiful formula. The only difference is it's no longer a crumbly mess, and this pan is 100% usable again. So thank you very much for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below what is the first thing you're going to fix now that you know how to repair your broken pan. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.